You're sitting there trying to go about your day, but your mind keeps circling back to them. You feel it deep down, something unresolved, something unsaid. You wonder, do they miss you too? You check your phone, nothing. No message, no sign, no I miss you. But still, something tugs at your gut. If you've ever felt this quiet ache and sensed someone pulling away, but not entirely gone, this video is for you. Because sometimes when someone misses you the most, they're the least likely to say it. And according to Carl Jung, the reason is hidden in the unconscious mind. Let's unpack the signs and the psychology behind why they miss you but can't admit it. Sign number 1, they create distance but keep the door open. They unfollowed you on social media but still check your stories. They stop texting but pop up when you least expect it. They avoid a direct conversation, but like an old photo, leave a cryptic comment. It's a dance, forward, backward, close, distant. This is what Jung called shadow behavior. When someone can't consciously admit what they feel, so it leaks out in sideways ways. They're protecting their ego, but their unconscious is reaching out. Sign number 2, they mention you indirectly. Maybe it's through a mutual friend. Maybe it's a vague social media post. Maybe they bring up a person who once said, and you know it's you. People who miss you often struggle to say it outright. So they use proxies, safe routes to release the emotion without vulnerability. According to Jung, what's not made conscious is lived out as fate. They don't say, I miss you, but their unconscious finds a way to whisper it anyway. Sign number 3, they appear in your life when you finally start to move on. Why do they come back just when you're healing? Why do they text when you finally stopped waiting? It's not just coincidence, it's energetic. When you detach, they feel the absence more fully. Jung believed we are all connected by the collective unconscious, a deep reservoir of shared emotion, memory, and instinct. So when you stop feeding the cord, they feel the silence. And in that silence, their longing grows louder. Sign number 4, they watch you without engaging. You post something joyful, and they're the first viewer. They don't like, don't comment, but they saw it. Every time, people who secretly miss you often turn into invisible observers. They want a piece of your life, without admitting they still want you. Jung would say they're locked in an internal conflict between the ego that says I don't need them and the soul that still aches for closeness. They're watching because they care more than they're ready to say. Sign number 5, they try to replace you, but it never quite works. New friends, new partner, new habits. But somehow you sense they're trying to replicate what you had. Maybe their new person says things you used to say. Maybe they pick up your old hobbies, start dressing like you. You were more than a person, you were a mirror, a trigger, a deep emotional experience. Jung believed the people who impact us most often awaken unconscious archetypes. And those echoes don't disappear just because someone moves on. They just echo louder in their replacements. Sign number 6, they get defensive when you're mentioned. You come up in conversation and they shut down, change the subject, or snap. This isn't indifference, it's discomfort, because to hear your name is to confront their feelings. Feelings they're not ready to face. According to Jung, we repress what we're not equipped to integrate. So they push you down, not because you mean nothing, but because you meant too much. Their denial is a shield, but shields only exist when there's something worth protecting. Sign number 7, they haven't fully let go, and you can feel it. It's hard to explain, but you just feel them. Their energy, their presence, their absence. Something in your body knows they're still holding on, even if they say they've moved on. This is the mystery Jung spoke of. The invisible threads that connect us across time and silence. Because sometimes when a bond is real, it doesn't dissolve with distance. It just waits quietly. So why don't they just say it? Why don't they tell you they miss you? Jung would say, because missing someone is vulnerable, and vulnerability threatens the ego. To say I miss you is to admit that you've been affected, that something touched you deeply, that you're not in control. And for many people, that's terrifying. Especially if love wasn't safe for them in the past. Especially if closeness has always come with pain. But here's the deeper truth. Just because someone misses you doesn't mean they're ready for you. Missing is emotional. Returning is intentional. They can ache for you and still not know how to meet you where you are. And that's okay. Their growth is not your responsibility. Their silence is not your reflection. Jung taught us that relationships are mirrors. Every person you love reveals something about yourself. So if you find yourself stuck in the wondering, do they miss me? Pause and ask, what part of me is still waiting to be seen? What love am I still hoping to receive that I haven't yet given myself? Because here's the truth. When you finally give yourself the love you've been chasing, You stop craving it from the ones who can't offer it. Let them miss you. Let them wrestle with what they weren't ready for. Let them do their work in their time. You're here to become whole, not to be the half they never learned how to hold. So if you're watching this right now, and there's someone you can't stop thinking about, but who won't say what you feel they want to say, send them love, quietly, from a distance. Then turn inward and become the person you've always been looking for. Because that's how you grow closer to the love you deserve, even if they never say a word.